Playing with her daughter, she hides it well, but Cassie Everett says daily life is hard for her.
I mean, I go to work, so I get up and go to work. I do not sleep well, and they said that is because of my medication. Like, oh yeah. And they said, like, my medication basically has my brain active all the time, and so I'm constantly getting up. But at the same time, because I take so much medication, I'm constantly groggy and just trying to get through the day.
The Louisville teacher was diagnosed with epilepsy when she was 11, and since then, it's gotten worse.
One thing I would like to share with you is currently, this is my daily medication. And
Twice a day.
Twice a day. And I personally would like the option of having medical marijuana, knowing to be off of some of this medicine and the side effects. They make me sleepy. I have trouble breathing, talking. I mean, just having that option would be wonderful.
Everett and her family, Taylor and 9-year-old Lexi, spoke before the state's interim judiciary committee to explain how medical marijuana would impact them.
As a husband, it's very, very tough when you look at your wife and you go to the doctor and you say, what can I do? Because today you woke up and your legs aren't working properly. You can't run, you can't breathe. Well, let's go to the doctor. What can we do? Well, your options are you take these pills and you keep dealing with this, or you have seizures. And when I ask her, well, I go online on all the epilepsy support groups because there are hundreds of thousands of people with this throughout the country. And everyone talks about how they have this option of medical marijuana and how it has changed their life. It is very, very frustrating as a husband to look at my wife and say, well, there's something out there, but there's nothing I can do for you.
They were guests of Representatives Diane St. Onge and Jason Nemes, who are in the process of drafting a bill about medical marijuana.
This bill is an alternative method that provides to our Kentuckians who have undergone a patient-client relationship with a doctor, traditional therapy which has not been effective for them, or if it has been effective in alleviating some of the pain, it has reduced their quality of life to such a substandard level because of the heavy medication that they're on to alleviate some of this pain.
They say people like the Everetts are why they want this bill to succeed.
What we know, not speculation, what we know is that medical marijuana helps people. This side of heaven, there is no panacea. But this is a tool that our neighbors and our family should have.
Already, many lawmakers, including Senator Dan Syme, say they'll support the bill.
You know, a young lady, you just described my granddaughter. And her name is Taylor. And we have 24 grandchildren, and we've been very blessed. We had this one child who was diagnosed with epilepsy at the age of 11. So all through high school, she had no social life whatsoever. Got stuck at home with her daddy. Her daddy was very protective of her. She turns 22 years old and she discovers this thing called cannabis. My granddaughter is illegal today. She got a man in her life now. She has an apartment. She's working for a company now, full-time. She asked me not to mention the company she's working for because she's afraid they will find out she's illegal and they might want to test her. But this has been a miracle for that young lady. She now has a life, and obviously I'm very much in support of this legislation.
But others have reservations.
We have plenty of organic plants, plenty of organic products that have been turned into medications because we have the FDA approval process. And I just want to know, I guess, why is it a problem for marijuana to go through the FDA approval process?
Everett says he hopes Representative Kim Mosier comes around, but says he understands her hesitation.
When it comes to something this complex that has the issues that have been tied to it, You want things to be safe, right? I think the issue is, though, I don't know what she's gone through in the past or not. I just know from us seeing what the FDA-approved drugs have done to us, and then you read what marijuana, the few things that possibly marijuana could do and how it's helped so many people, I just don't think it's close to making it worth waiting for them to go through all of their processes when they've approved things that are way worse.
30 states and D.C. have already legalized marijuana for medical purposes. Everett says they pay about $500 a month on their prescription co-payments, but with medical marijuana, they would save quite a bit on medications.
You know, of course, while it's illegal here, we looked into, what these would cost if we were to go and travel. The largest amount, which was a bottle of oil, was about $300, and that would last her 3 months.
And he says not relying on traditional medicines would have an additional benefit.
Lexi, if you could stand up. My daughter, when she was born with one femur shorter than the other one. And we've done tests, genetic tests, and everything that could possibly cause this. And the main thing that can cause this, that they have said, is that medicine. And so when I think about the option of, the dangers of medical marijuana, which I understand there are some, versus what we currently have now, I don't even think it's close.
The lawmakers say they're working with doctors and law enforcement to get their input, hoping this will be the year medical marijuana helps the Everetts. This bill has not yet been pre-filed, but the sponsors of the bill tell me that they expect to do that in late October or early November. In Frankfort, Annie Anderson, Spectrum News.